Hello, my name is Philip James, and this presentation will focus on path testing. Now, what exactly is path testing? Path testing is a test in which all the individual paths in the program source code are tested at least once. This path testing is used to detect errors in a piece of code. Testing all paths does not mean that you will find all the bugs in the program. Some bugs come about because the programmer forgot to include some necessary processing in their code, so there aren't even any paths to execute. In our lives, we come across certain words or phrases that actually remind us of other words or phrases. When looking at path testing, two words came to mind: branch testing and statement testing. Branch testing is when you test all branches in the program source code at least once. That's a little bit similar to the path testing, where you test all the paths in the program source code at least once. Statement testing is when you use testing designed to execute each statement of a computer program. Thomas McCabe designed a method for path testing. He called it basis path testing. It includes 4 steps. The first step is to compute the program graph. This is actually a flow graph, a skeletal model of all the paths in the sequence. I have here displayed a couple of flow graph examples. The first example shows a sequence which has 2 nodes and an arrow pointing from one node to the other. The second example is a while loop which has 3 nodes. One node, it has an arrow pointing to another node, and that specific node has an arrow pointing back to the first node, creating a loop formation. The third node stands on the outside, and one arrow from the first node points to that third node. This indicates a return, and the while loop will stop when it finds this return. The second step is to calculate the cyclomatic complexity. The value of the cyclomatic complexity is 1 more than the number of conditions in the program. The third step is to select a basis set of paths. And the fourth and final step is to generate test cases for each of these paths. Path testing isn't just a one-dimensional term. It can also be related and reflected back to the real world. As complex programs become integrated into the different aspects of society, it is more important that there exists no errors that could compromise safety, security, or even financial investment.